Hi students, today we are going to discuss assignment on breathing and exchange of gases. In this, the first question, the primary sites of gas exchange are. The primary sites of gas exchange. The first question is, the primary sites of gas exchange are primary sites of gas exchange, or the options are given as the first one trachea, second one alveoli, third one tissues, fourth one nostrils. So the primary sites of gas exchange are alveoli. Alveoli are the primary sites of gas exchange. So hence for this first question the answer is 2. Next, second question, gases such as oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange between the alveoli and blood and the tissues takes place by. Options are simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion, active transport, and all above. So here the answer is the simple diffusion. We know the gas particles move from a medium of higher to lower concentration by simple diffusion. So thus the gas exchange occurring at the alveoli and blood, and similarly the blood to the tissue cells occur by simple diffusion. So answer for second one is the first option. And the next third one, so second one, so first one answer is 2, that is alveoli, second option. The next question, second question, the answer is the first one, simple diffusion. And third one, which is true for carbon dioxide partial pressure. So first option is given like this: more in inspired air than in expired air. So the first option is wrong, because in inspired air CO2 partial pressure will be 0.3 millimeters of Hg, and expired air it is 32 millimeters of Hg. Second option, more in expired air than in alveolar air. The expired air is having 32 millimeters of Hg partial pressure of carbon dioxide, and alveolar air will be having 40 millimeters of Hg. That's why the second option is also wrong. In the third option, more in alveolar air than in expired air. Alveolar air is having 40 millimeters of Hg carbon dioxide partial pressure, and in expired air it is 32 millimeters of Hg. So that's why the answer for third question is 3. And the next one, fourth question. Which factor does not influence the exchange of gases? First option, concentration gradient of the gas. Second one is given as solubility of the gas. Third one, stability of the gas. Fourth one, surface area. Now in this, so the factor that doesn't influence the exchange of gases is stability of the gas. Remaining all these three, that is concentration gradient of the gas, solubility of the gas, as well as surface area, influences the gas exchange. So the gas exchange depends on the partial pressure of the gas, solubility of the gas, as well as the surface area of the gas. So that's why, so the factor that does not influence the exchange of gas is the stability of the gas. So hence for fourth question, answer is third one. Next, the fifth one, pressure contributed by the individual gas in a mixture of gases is called its partial pressure. We know the partial pressure is nothing but the pressure contributed by the individual gases in a mixture of gas. So in a mixture of gases, the pressure contributed by the individual gas is called its partial pressure. So the next question, answer is third one. Next question, the solubility of carbon dioxide is higher than that of oxygen. So we know both oxygen as well as carbon dioxide are soluble in water, but the solubility of carbon dioxide is 20 to 25 times more than oxygen solubility. So that's why the solubility of carbon dioxide is 20 to 25 times higher than oxygen solubility. So options here given are the first one 20 to 25 times, second one 10 to 15 times, third one 40 to 50 times, fourth one 30 to 35 times are given. So answer for this is first option, that is 20 to 25 times the solubility of carbon dioxide is greater than oxygen. So answer for the sixth one is 1. Next, what will be the partial pressure of oxygen and partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the atmospheric air compared to those in the alveolar air? So we know the partial pressure of oxygen is, so generally in the alveolar air it is 104 millimeters of Hg, and in the so partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the alveoli is 40 millimeters, and partial pressure of oxygen in the alveoli is 104 millimeters of Hg. So answer for this is the second one. So options given as partial pressure of oxygen lesser, partial pressure of carbon dioxide is higher, and second option partial pressure of oxygen is higher and partial pressure of carbon dioxide is lesser. So that's why answer for this question is the second option. So we know the atmospheric air partial pressure is 159 and partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 0.3. And when it comes to alveoli, it is 104 millimeters of Hg, and it will be 40 millimeters of Hg of PCO2. So that's why the partial pressure of oxygen in the atmospheric air is higher and partial pressure of carbon dioxide is lesser. Next, so answer for this is second option. So answer is second one. And the next question is the partial pressure of oxygen in the systemic arteries and pulmonary arteries respectively in millimeters of Hg is given. The partial pressure of oxygen in the systemic arteries is 95 millimeters of Hg, and the pulmonary artery conducts deoxygenated blood to lungs for oxygenation, and the systemic arteries conduct oxygenated blood to various tissue cells. Hence the partial pressure of oxygen in systemic arteries will be 95 millimeters of Hg, and in the pulmonary arteries it will be 40 millimeters of Hg. So answer for this is so fourth option. So answer the fourth option, that is 95 millimeters of Hg partial pressure is there in the systemic arteries, and in the pulmonary arteries it is 40 millimeters of Hg. Next question, the direction of concentration gradient for oxygen is from. So this is, so the direction of concentration gradient of oxygen is from. So options are given: tissues to blood and blood to alveoli. Second option, blood to tissues and tissues to alveoli is given. Third one, alveoli to blood and blood to the tissues is given. So we know, so here the gases will move from medium of higher partial pressure to lower partial pressure. If you take the atmospheric air is having 159 millimeters of Hg, and in the alveoli it is just 104 millimeters of Hg. Thus, so this oxygen molecules will diffuse from atmospheric air to the alveoli, and from alveoli, if you take the partial pressure differences of oxygen existing in alveoli and in the deoxygenated blood, so thus, so if you see alveoli it is 104 and deoxygenated blood it is 40 millimeters of Hg. So that's why, so the gas particles move from this blood to atmospheric air to alveoli, and from alveoli to the oxygenated blood, and oxygenated blood to tissues. So tissues are having 40 millimeters of Hg. Next, So if you see, so the answer for this is, so alveoli are having 104 millimeters of Hg. From there, it will reach to the blood capillaries. Thus, the blood capillaries will get oxygenated blood of 95 millimeters of Hg. From there, they will be diffused into the tissues where the oxygen partial pressure is 40 millimeters of Hg. Like this, the gas particles move from medium of higher to lower. Next, the direction of concentration gradient for CO2 is from. So if you take CO2 also diffuses in the same sequence but in opposite direction, that is from the tissues, because so the tissues will be having 45 millimeters of Hg of PCO2, and from there it will reach to the blood. So the blood will be having 40 millimeters. So thus the blood becomes deoxygenated with 45, and then it will come to alveolar surface through the systemic veins, and then to the pulmonary vein and pulmonary artery, and then pulmonary artery to the lung surface. At the lung surface in the alveoli, it is 40 millimeters. So that's why from the deoxygenated blood, so this carbon dioxide is, so the carbon dioxide is moving to the alveoli where partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 40. So the direction of concentration gradient for CO2 is from tissues to the blood. So tissues to the blood, and again from the blood to the alveoli. So this is the first one. Next one, so which is not true. So here the first one, PCO2 of deoxygenated blood is 95 millimeters of Hg is given. Second option, partial pressure of carbon dioxide of alveolar air is 40 millimeters of Hg is given. Next, partial pressure of oxygen in alveolar air is 104 millimeters of Hg, and partial pressure of oxygen of oxygenated blood is 95 millimeters of Hg is given. So if you go through with them, the first one, partial pressure of carbon dioxide, that is PCO2 of deoxygenated blood is not 95, it is 45. So the PCO2 of deoxygenated blood, so deoxygenated blood is, so it is just 45 millimeters only, but not 95. So 95 millimeters of Hg is not the partial pressure of carbon dioxide. So in the deoxygenated, it is 45. So that's why the statement is wrong, and the remaining partial pressure of carbon dioxide of alveolar air is 40 millimeters of Hg. This is correct. Partial pressure of oxygen in alveolar air is 104 millimeters of Hg. This is also correct. Partial pressure of oxygen of oxygenated blood is 95 millimeters of Hg. This is also correct. So hence in the above 4 given statements, which is not true is the first one, that is PCO2 of deoxygenated blood is 45, but it is given 95. That's why this statement is wrong. So answer for this 10th one is first. 11th one, so here one diagram is given. Recognize the figure and find out the correct matching. So here if you see the diagram, so the diagram is like this. So the alveolar surface, and let us imagine these are alveolar capillaries. Now here the alveolar surface is lined by the simple squamous epithelium, and so this is the blood. So this is the blood capillary wall. This is endothelium. Now if you see, so this is given as T, and the next one, this is given as A, and the next one, this is given as C, and the next one, so here in between this simple squamous epithelium of alveoli and endothelium of blood vessels, there is basement substance, and this is given as B. The blood is moving like this. So air will be coming inside as well as going outside. Now if you see, so what is A, children? This is alveolar wall. The alveolar wall is lined by simple squamous epithelium. Next, B is the basement substance. This basement substance is present between the alveolar simple squamous epithelial cells as well as the endothelium of the blood capillaries. We know the epithelial cells will rest on basement membrane. The same basement membrane is shared by both of the simple squamous epithelia. So the simple squamous epithelium present on the wall of alveoli and the endothelium of blood capillaries. So both will share the same basement membrane. So B is basement membrane, and the next one C is the blood capillary. So this is the blood capillary wall or blood capillary endothelium. Next one D is alveolar cavity. So this is alveolar cavity. This is the blood capillary wall endothelium. B is basement membrane, and A is, so this is nothing but alveolar wall. So these are the 4 parts correctly mentioned in this question. So among these 4, the correct answer is the 4th one. A is alveolar wall, B is basement membrane, C is blood capillary, D is alveolar cavity. The next one, so that is about so for 11th one, the answer is the 4th. And 12th, difference in partial pressure of oxygen that causes diffusion of oxygen into the pulmonary capillary. So here if you take, so let us imagine it is so in the alveoli, so difference in partial pressure that causes diffusion of oxygen into the pulmonary capillaries. So if you take this, so the difference is 64 millimeters of Hg. How we obtain? So the alveolar air will be having 104 millimeters of Hg, and the deoxygenated blood that present surrounding the alveolar capillaries is 640 millimeters of Hg. So this difference in the partial pressure, what is that? 64 millimeters of Hg. So that is the difference in partial pressure of oxygen that causes diffusion of oxygen from alveoli to the blood capillaries. 104 minus 40, that is 64 is the difference in the partial pressure that causes diffusion of oxygen from alveolar valve into the blood capillary. Next, so for 12th one, it is 4th. Next, surfactant lecithin is secreted by. Surfactant lecithin is secreted by. So here the wall of lung is having, suppose if you take, let us imagine this is the alveoli. The alveoli is formed by the simple squamous epithelial cells. We have 2 kinds of such alveolar epithelial cells, type 1 and type 2 cells. Type 1 cells form the major cells of the alveoli wall, which help in diffusion of gases. They help in gas exchange. And the second type of cells, let us imagine this is type 1 epithelial cells. So type 1 epithelial cells. So they are maximum and they are responsible for gas exchange. Suppose for example, let us imagine this is the type 2 epithelial cell. This is type 2 epithelial cell. This type 2 epithelial cell is the precursors of type 1, and they secrete the surfactant substance called lecithin, which helps to reduce the surface tension between the alveolar fluid and the wall of the alveoli. So this is secreted by the pneumocyte 1, or we will also call it as alveolar cells. So type 2 alveolar cells or type 2 pneumocyte cells secrete this surfactant lecithin substance. So 13th question answer is 4th. So that is about this assignment related to the exchange of gases, right? Thank you, children.